some herbal books that are really good to have on hand. And I guess we'll start from the top to the bottom and ain't as many books as it looks like. Actually, maybe it is. I don't know. But let's get started from the top. Is Stacies Cooking with a Smile cookbook. And we have learned tons of recipes from this book, and it's like over 100 recipes. And I think she put a heart by, I guess, the really good ones. Yeah. She puts a heart by the really good ones, I guess. By the really good ones. Yeah, so there are tons of recipes in here, and there's like Dutch baby and other delicious stuff. It talks about like breads and rolls, and it's just a really good cookbook to look through and have on hand. And we did the Haymaker's Punch, and it was so good, y'all. So y'all have to order this book, and y'all will really get your money's worth in this book. And that is your first one. So now we're going to do Modern Essentials, and also I guess we'll do some herbal and essential oil books. And this is our only one that we have, and it is so good. And it's called Modern Essentials, and it is the complete guide to therapeutic use of essential oils. And it has like full in color pictures, really good pictures. And I really enjoy, me and my mom really enjoy looking at these books. Some of these books me and my mom enjoy looking at on rainy days and when we're bored. So yeah, so we really do enjoy looking at all of these books, and they have really pretty pictures and really good uses. And it talks about the usage, and then some oils that can help, like for just really good different stuff. Yeah, really good uses of this book. And it also talks about recipes that you can use with essential oils and different stuff like that. So now we're going to do our third one. This is the third one, and this is a really good book to have on hand. And this is The Basic Butchering of Livestock and Game. And it talks about beef, veal, pork, lamb, poultry, rabbit, and venison, and probably different or more stuff. And it has like black and white pictures on how to cut the meat, and really interesting stuff in it. And it talks about freezing the meat and how long it stores and different stuff like that. So I would really recommend this book to have on hand. And then, now that we have done that one, now we are going to do the fourth book, which is 3rd edition, Livestock and Poultry Production. And this is an old book. We haven't really looked through it a whole lot, but from what we read so far, it is a really good book, and it talks about like livestock and poultry, and so cows, chickens, pigs, hogs, different stuff like that. And it has black and white pictures. It don't have colored pictures, but it has black and white pictures. And it talks about housing and butchering and cows and cow diseases and different stuff like that. So I would really recommend this book as well. And then we have this one. This is the Homesteading Handbook, and it talks about growing your own food, canning chickens, generating your own energy, crafting herbal medicine, and more. And it talks about really interesting stuff like chickens and how to make cheese and growing your own food, and growing your own food, preserving your own food, and turning wool into fabric, or wool into yarn, which is really informative, I think. And yeah, so it talks about cucumbers. It talks about how to make piccalilli relish and bread and butter pickles and dill pickles and lots of stuff. And I really like the goat section, probably because I just love goats. and they have a lot of information about poultry, definitely poultry, such as turkeys and chickens and whatnot, different stuff, and fully illustrated pictures, really cute pictures and pretty pictures of chickens, and that is that book, and cheese and catching fish, traps, and different stuff like that. So I recommend that book as well. And then now, Seed to Seed, Seed Saving and Growing Techniques for Vegetable Gardeners. I would really, really recommend this book, and it is really informative. It talks about basically cross-pollination and seed starting and basically seed saving, everything like that. And it is not fully colored, it is black and white and just stuff like that. But again, I would really, really recommend this book to anybody that was looking for a good book on hand. And all of these are for good books to have on hand. They are really good to have on hand. Now, the next book, and I don't even know how many books we got left, but is Nourishing Traditions, and it is a cookbook that challenges. So, continuing on with Rodale's Illustrated Encyclopedia of Herbs, and this is black and white, and you really have to focus when you read this book. But it is a really good book because it talks every single thing about herbs, and I don't think it misses one single herb plant. It talks about everything. So, it talks about the uses, and if it's poisonous, anything, and all about the plant, the description, everything about it. And then it talks about how to cook with it and everything else. So I would recommend this book. Some of they're hand-drawn black and white pictures, but they're still really good. And then we are going to do the new American Herbal, Correct Nutrition and the Diet. So, I would recommend this book, and I will put these all in the description below in a link. And it is by Sally Fallon, and it doesn't have pictures, but it talks about stuff. It's like a lot of like recipes and stuff. It talks about peanut sauce and different stuff that I've never heard of. Crab cakes. I've never heard of any of this stuff before in my life. I'm sure they're all good though. So that is one that I would recommend, and we've been having some of these for like 3 or 4 years, and lights are flickering. Really good books. So I better hurry up and do this before the power goes out. We're having a storm outside right now, y'all. So excuse that, but I would recommend all these books. And then the Vegetable Gardener's, excuse all this, y'all. The Vegetable Gardener's Bible, and I would really recommend this. It has full colors, and it's a wonderful book to have on hand and to read, and it's really, really good. What is it? Lights were flickering. It talks about bush beans and really pretty colorful pictures, and I would really recommend this book. So it talks about, excuse all this, y'all. Anyway, it's a really good book, it has full colors, and it's really good. And then we've had this one for like, ever since we got into gardening and herbs. It is the Homesteader's Herbal Companion, and it talks about herbs and flowers and the different medical and herbal uses for all of these flowers. So it talks about herbal teas and tinctures and different stuff, y'all. So it also talks about recipes, and then we have this one, lights and flickering, herbal, and this is what it looks like, and it has really, really pretty pictures. And this is kind of more about cooking with herbs. It's kind of talks about the history of herbs and cooking with herbs. and it talks about every single herb, A to Z it says. Talks about herbs A to Z, and it talks about every single herb, lots of herbs. Interesting facts about herbs, and I don't think it misses one single herb. It really doesn't. And then it says A to Z herbs. And then cooking and everything else about it. So I would recommend this book for if you want to learn about the history of herbs and everything else. And then the last one is the Encyclopedia of Country Living. And this is a 900-page book. It's like, I don't know how many, I hope it says how many pages there are. So I really don't want to count the pages. Let's see. I think 874 pages. Wow. Wow, 874 pages. Yeah, and it talks about grasses and grains and different stuff like this. It talks about how to cook with stuff like this and gardening vegetables and brooding chickens and it's kind of just like talks about farming, like a very in-depth book about farming and life skills. Yeah, skills and this is I can't believe it's a 900, or I think it's 900 pages or something like that. 900. That's a lot of pages. But and it don't have pictures really. I mean it has a couple pictures. But I think that is going to be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed all of these books that I would really recommend, and I guess we'll see y'all on the next adventure.